Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate coming here for the presidential debate and being your nominee. This is really exciting.
No, Steve, listen. You're here for the MLT meeting. You're here to talk about your career, your future, the things that you've been doing that are so great. It's not a presidential debate.
Actually, so I'm here to be the next president of General Motors.
No, stop.
Steve,
Now
listen.
I'm really excited.
I really think that's a lofty goal, and first of all, you're not even qualified for that kind of position. Why don't I'm going to have to moderate this discussion moving forward. So let me try to keep you on track with what we're trying to accomplish, and maybe we'll be able to educate the MLT on where your future aspirations are, what you wanted 25 years ago when you walked through the doors of General Motors. Do you think you can at least handle that? Well, absolutely. That's not a problem. But you know what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring out my family out on stage. I'd like to have them introduce themselves. Why don't we start out first of all with my wife, and then we'll go into the children after that.
I'm Kathy Farhat Tomaszewski. I'm a graduate of Aquinas College, a former elementary teacher, and a childhood cancer advocate.
Hi, I am Michaela. I'm a graduate of Eastern Michigan University. I'm employed at Lake Trust Credit Union as the Community Engagement and Foundation Manager.
I'm Ashley, a nursing student at Madonna University.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm a sophomore at Grand Valley State University, and I am a childhood cancer survivor.
And I'm Caden, the best of all four children. I'm a freshman at the Heartland High School and owner of Dudes with Drones of Michigan.
Fantastic. Now you had a chance to meet the family. I'll be asking them to come back periodically just to help me out through the debate, just to make sure we give you the right answers. Stay tuned.
My favorite GM car is a Chevy Equinox, or, I'm a Cadillac girl.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2016 Steve Tomaszewski Talent Review. We have some pre-selected questions from the MLT. You have 2 minutes to respond to each question. Audience, if you would, please keep all your applause to the end. And in fact, if there's any questions, maybe Steve, who's actually right there in the audience, will be able to help answer those. Why don't we start with the first question? It's centered around the organizational information of your team and yourself. So we would like to know what is your current title and the role that you play at General Motors? And if you would, could you talk about some of your current job responsibilities? Take it away. Sure thing. I'm the Director of Global Facilities for the non-manufacturing operations in North America. With over 75 sites in 3 countries, which includes over 800 buildings, 7,500 acres of property, and 230 miles of roads, the complexity is pretty unique. In the larger campuses, we have research and development, design, we have a full body shop, paint shop, and general assembly operations. We also are host to Class A headquarter operations in Canada, Mexico, and in the United States. We also have 24/7 operations in our OnStar call centers and our GMIT data centers, as well as test tracks that can keep me up all night long. We have a growing population of over 50,000 tenants, from Kapuskasing, Ontario, to the Vehicle Development Center in Querétaro, Mexico. It's supported by a staff of over 1,400 housekeepers, skilled trades, and ground crew personnel, all of whom are implementing GMS. But you know what? I'm really proud to say that I have a fantastic staff. And members of those teams monitor and measure and keep the buildings open 24/7 in Pontiac, Warren, Milford, the Rensen, Mexico City, Oshawa, and a team that manages all the smaller sites around the region.
One thing that I've learned throughout the years by watching my dad is that safety should always be your number one priority.
Perfect. Now why don't you give us a little bit of information on your educational background and some of the training that you've had. I hold a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Engineering from Michigan Tech University, where I'm currently serving on the College of Engineering Advisory Board. And previously to that, I actually chaired the Civil and Environmental Advisory Board for our URT. I was successful in championing GM Rides the Waves with Dr. Martin Auer, a program that has provided STEM opportunities for over 2,500 low-income students just in the last 3 years, allowing students to go out and do water quality sampling in Lake Superior. When I was a student at Michigan Tech, I worked as an atmospheric deposition scientist, setting up the very first research station in Michigan for the US EPA. And I've received my Master's of Science in Hazardous Waste Engineering from Wayne State University. And I've held certificates in 40-hour incident command. From a GM perspective, I'm trained as an OPEX leader. I've run Go Fast as a facilitator and championed value stream mapping sessions. In fact, I sat on a special advisory board with Jennifer Granholm, who was the governor of Michigan, using the VSM process to reduce permit timing from 18 months to 6 months, allowing us to get to market faster.
My fondest memory of my dad was watching him being interviewed by the local news media at our house about the new permit for the new Lansing assembly plant.